RowdCAST contains adult languages, adult themes, and adult situations. Viewer discretion is advised.
No! No! No!
This is the RowdCAST. It's where I talk about what I want, when I want, however the fuck I want, and you can't do nothing about it, because this is the goddamn internet.
What the fuck is the internet?
First of all, dude, you don't have an accent. Secondly, this is a fucking show dog with fucking papers. You can't board it, it gets upset. Its hair falls out. Walter, fucking dog has fucking papers. Over the line!
Fuck it, I'm about to graduate. You should be sucking on my ball sack.
Oh man, that's cold! I'm a maniac on the floor, and I'm dancing like I've never danced before.
You are now entering the RowdCAST, an online internet radio show brought to you weekly by me, your host, Rowdy Radloff, coming live from Bellevue, Ohio. Buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. What up, you little bitches and bitchettes out there, you little fucking cunt bags. Welcome to another episode of your favorite internet show, the RowdCAST. I am glad to be back, and I've brought a little bit of company with me tonight. I have a great guest. He's feeling a little bit under the weather. He's not feeling the best. He had himself a good night last night, and he dragged himself in here, but it was tough for him, so I'm going to introduce my guest.
Powering off.
Having all kinds of fucking goddamn technical difficulties. Shit's shutting down in here. Fucking fried. My guest is someone that I've known my whole life. I've known him since I've been able to walk. He's been a good friend of mine. He talked to me about being on the show, so he had some good things that he wanted to talk about, so I figured why not bring the fucker on and hear what he fucking has to say, because he's got a fucking big mouth on him, and he likes to speak his word. But I have Jake Bollinger with me. What up, Jake?
What up?
What's going on?
Very good, man. How you doing?
Good, dude. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Damn straight, man.
It's been a while since we kicked it.
Good to see you. Fucking
Yeah, man. It's been a while since we kicked it. We just sitting here having. He's kind of hurting and smoking a little bit and talking and catching up because it's been a while.
Drank a little too much rum last night, man.
Rum will do it. You said 100 proof rum?
100 proof.
100 proof rum will kick your ass.
Drinking like I was 18.
Yeah. Well, I about drank a whole bottle of wine already, and it's not even 8 o'clock. So. So you came to the RowdCAST, and you want to talk about the marijuana. Well, that's what we want to talk about. Legal marijuana in Ohio, and all the shit that's going on with it. Because, you know, we're living in crazy times where we used to, like I was saying to you earlier, we used to sit in a time where we thought smoking marijuana would never, ever be legal. I mean, right. Seriously, 10 years ago when we were in high school, not even 10 years ago, that would have been the most craziest thought of your life. And now you have medical marijuana in almost 20 states, over 20 states. You have recreational marijuana in at least 3 to 5 states that are, and every year more bills are passing. Strange times, right?
Sounds good, man. I'm loving this time finally approaching. There's going to be, we're going to have a shot this year or next year, whichever proposals you're following. And, I'm stoked, man. Fucking, it's about damn time.
It is about damn time.
Probably too many people, died or left this earth not being able to benefit from the fucking shit, so.
I agree. And that's the thing too is there's so many. You know, you go to marijuana and you start talking about it, all the benefits that they're just finally starting to figure out. We had all these studies and everything that were out there that people didn't actually study it, right? They didn't actually do anything. They had no proof on the things that they were claiming, all these doctors and stuff. You know why they were claiming it?
The propagandists.
Yeah, and money.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting money from the prescription companies, from the, you know, that's the thing. That's the funniest thing in the world is you have a drug-free America. The prescription pharmaceutical companies are paying for drug-free America.
Yep.
What's the biggest fucking problem that we have in fucking drug-free America? Pills.
Yep, exactly. That's about the most dangerous drug out there and on-demand drug.
It is. I mean, you can get it.
At your local hospital.
Exactly. They hand it out. You tell them you're feeling kind of funny, and they start handing you pills.
Yep. The only reason they've, they have came a little ways since, say even 6 to 8 years ago by kind of controlling it.
Yeah, they're getting better.
It's getting
Well,
better.
they're getting to a point, too, is now they have the Percocet and the Oxycontin, where if you break it down and you try to shoot it up, it fizzes out.
Right.
It won't go up your nose. It
Right,
gels
right,
up.
right.
They have all these different things. All these different fucking ideas now of
trying to make it safer.
yeah, they're trying to, but like I said, that's your biggest problem is you have your pharmaceutical companies are the ones that are paying for drug-free America,
Yep.
and they're saying, oh, the weed's bad, cigarettes are bad, alcohol, dude. Cigarettes and the tobacco companies, the alcohol companies are also putting their money in
Yep.
for drug-free America.
Yep.
They're all against marijuana, which marijuana is safer than all three of them.
They're doing it because they know that marijuana will prevail.
Yeah, it's gonna
beating
have to.
beating most of their pharmaceuticals, or having a good time with marijuana instead of alcohol, and even smoking a joint compared to a cigarette. It's still got some toxins and bad stuff while you smoke it, but it's healthier than tobacco.
Exactly. A fact that I was reading earlier that was pretty crazy to me. The first recorded use of marijuana was in 2737 in China by an emperor Shen Nung. I don't know, but he documented this in 2737 BC. He documented the effectiveness of marijuana in treating arthritis and gout. That was the first known use. It wasn't to get high.
Wow.
It wasn't for someone to smoke and get a buzz. It was because they noticed that you smoke this plant. Hey, you smoke this plant, you feel 10 feet tall. You smoke this plant, makes your hands feel better. And it's like, and something else that I said is the first law in the American colonies ever regarding marijuana is in 1619. And that the law required all farmers to grow the hemp plant. Once the hemp plant was grown, then they'd use it for sales, for cloth, for whatever. But on every plantation of any farmer had to be growing hemp because it was so widely used in everything.
Wow.
And now it's illegal.
Right. Well, I'd say maybe a lot back then. Less people were wanting to roll it up and smoke it.
Definitely.
Maybe they did. Who knows? I hope they did.
But they knew the real cause of it.
They knew the beneficial.
Yes.
part.
There's so much good.
Industrial. There's a wide span. Even hemp oils. They say if you take hemp oils as a natural diet, it overall helps your body.
Cancer.
Yeah,
I've heard
cancer
from cancer cells.
Keeps the big thing that it does is it kills the mutated cancerous cells. It attacks them and leaves the good cells completely fine. Like they do not harm any of the healthy cells. They only go after the bad cells, the mutated cells.
Wow.
Cancer cells.
So, if I believe I believe this plant that was put here is the end all. It's the miracle drug. It could heal anything. Mm-hmm. So that gets us to we're getting, states now that are actually passing recreational marijuana. Actually, you can smoke as long as you're doing it responsibly. You're not driving around smoking. Because that's the thing with Colorado. We have in Colorado, DUIs are up.
Right.
Crime has dropped 14%. That's huge.
Yeah,
That's huge. But their DUIs are up a crazy amount because there's still that balance has to be perfected. But in the long run, all their statistics are down.
Yeah.
The crime's down, stealing's down, black market cannabis sales are down. You know.
Thing with the THC and the marijuana staying in your system for up to 30 days. A guy can straight up get popped. I don't know if they have too many tests over there regarding of how fast and how soon, like how am I saying this? How soon ago you smoked, or how recent ago you smoked.
Yeah.
Compared to like people are getting thrown in jail for having it in their system. Even though it might not even been, affected.
It could have been around them, or it could even have been, Like
if you watch the Nancy Drew or the Nancy Grace and Dr. Drew thing, he gets on it about that.
He does. He destroys Nancy Grace in that fucking interview, man. He really fucking kills. And there's another Nancy Grace, man. She's been on all kinds of shit, and she just fights and fights and fights about marijuana, and makes this big stink about pot.
She goes after the bad stories.
Exactly. She attacks.
I think it's about time she needs to start putting these kids that are living from cancer and in remission or surviving, living much more comfortable lives and Crohn's disease from cannabis. She needs to start putting
or epileptic girls that are having seizures and stuff. That's in Georgia. That's why they're fighting. They're like, that's why the whole state is actually like because in Georgia is such a Bible Belt state,
Is it? Yeah.
and they're so against. That's one of the last couple states you would think that would be, marijuana would be legal in,
right.
But they have the story of this little girl and she has all these seizures and really bad, like epileptic, just can't. As always, season out.
Right.
And they give her a joint. They smoke a joint with her. And once she smokes that joint, she's fine. She doesn't she's having constant seizures all day. She smokes a joint. They show her like 4 or 5 hours, and she's fine. She has no seizures. She can walk fine. She's talking normal. Everything's good. And they're like, well, the marijuana is the reason that she's
able to live
why she's acting the way she is and why she is, being the way she is. And so now the whole state of Georgia is looking at medical marijuana because of something like that.
That's why it's been brought out in a lot of people's attention towards marijuana too. It's a lot of people are against kids using this drug because it's got a spotlight on it's such a bad drug. But when you actually see these kids be able to smile at the end of the day because of the fucking cannabis, then you know what, you're a dumbass if you can't put 2 and 2 together that it's
exactly
working,
exactly. Yeah, that's the
in
truth.
Denial, or like you said, the religious bound state. I've had many people contact me over Facebook, criticizing me on the use because they say the only, my only drug is Jesus, and that's fine. I just wish if you are along that lines, I wish you have the heart to just open up and watch these kids, become healthy from cannabis.
Yeah, and there's so many good uses of cannabis.
Yep.
It's and the thing I hear like the most or something is, or someone that doesn't know or like may speak negative about it or something, or say, oh, it's just crazy or it's not for me or blah blah. Usually they'll say, well, I ate some cookies or I ate a brownie one time and I've never done it again because I was paranoid or I was weirded out. And it's like when you eat THC and you smoke THC, they're like 2 totally different drugs. You're not even using the same drug. Right. There really is a huge difference between edibles and smoking.
Correct.
Now, the reason I brought you here, and I'm as big as an advocate for marijuana as you are, and I want to see, we live in the great state of Ohio, where we smoke the marijuana, we smoke the cannabis, the weed, the grass, the pot, the hash, the ganja, dank, chronic.
Say reefer.
Dope, reefer,
the
funk, Mary Jane, whatever you want to call it. In Ohio, we're working right now on getting. I consider this whole era that these years that I grew up in as marijuana prohibition, because it's a drug that we all, if you're a sensible human being and you have a brain, you realize that it's not a problem, and it's still banned substance, and you can still get in a lot of trouble. You can still go to prison for a plant, for this thing that heals people. So in our state, in the great state of Ohio, I want to see marijuana be legalized. I want to see it not even legalized, just decriminalized, so no one gets in trouble for it. We can do what we want. I agree. I want to see it as soon as possible.
Right.
So this bill comes along, Responsible Ohio. It comes along, and it says we're going to legalize pot. We're going to sell it in all these shops in Ohio if you vote yes. So I'm saying I want to vote yes. I want to check that box. I'm going to the polls in November, and I'm checking that fucking box. And you're telling me I shouldn't be checking that box and that I should be against that. And why are you telling me that? That's what I want to know.
Responsible Ohioans came quick and came fast with a lot of money, and they may be successful. I'm not, I don't try to push people away from doing what they want. I try to suggest, things of why to vote yes. Mainly because responsible Ohioans, they will, people growing even on, themselves, they'll still be persecuted as criminals.
You're saying anybody that was growing for responsible Ohio?
No.
Or anybody but?
Yeah, if you get caught and you're not one of them 10 growers, then you will be penalized or fined. They haven't brought it out in their... they haven't, responsible Ohioans, just like any other group, are slowly getting the details of their stuff out.
Okay.
So it's almost a week-to-week thing. Something might change here and there. But
new little things are switching on the bill as we speak.
Correct.
Like it's not exactly what it was when it first was put on the ballot.
Correct. Yeah, the 10 growing facilities, I've had a garden since I, could remember, and I love growing.
Yeah.
And I would love to see everybody that has a medical condition because it's easy to grow. It ain't hard to grow.
Yeah.
I would love to see them at least have a chance to grow their own, instead of actually having to go to the store and put maybe groceries or something else aside because they need their medicine, which has been happening for the last I don't know how many years from the pharmaceuticals too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
Well, it takes a good chunk out of everybody's wallet too.
It does.
You understand that's the biggest problem.
15% tax rate, flat rate.
Yeah.
I got here. The other 85%, 55 is going to go to the municipal township government for police and road repair. 30% looking to go toward counties and public service, and then the 15 is going to be funding mental health and other programs, research, medical research, and to pay the commissioners. There'll be 7 to lead the Marijuana Control Commission.
Really?
Yeah. Which I have it. It's like one's a lawyer, one's a cop, one's a marijuana activist. Like they got guidelines of who's going to be in the 7.
This is for Responsible Ohio.
This is for Responsible Ohio. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, they'll have over 1,100 retail stores in Ohio. But my main big thing is I'd love to see people have a chance to grow their own, and instead of because the people that need it for medical reasons, they'll still be happening to put money towards that to live a comfortable life instead of being able to put it towards a bill or groceries or their kid or
And I agree. I agree to the biggest extent, like what you're saying. I totally agree with you and believe in what you're saying. Is eventually I want to see it get to that where we can grow it in our backyard and we can have it whenever we want because we should. There's no reason that we shouldn't have that.
Right.
But right now, I feel something has to be done. We got to take, I don't know, and I'm probably wrong for thinking this. We have to take what we can get because that is a long ways off. We're lucky, realistically, it shouldn't be like this at all.
Right.
But we're lucky that it's on the ballot at all. We're lucky that it's even a thought. It shouldn't be. It's sad that I'm saying this.
Well, have you gotten in contact with the Ohio Rights Group?
Oh, Ohio Rights Group, no.
They're gonna possibly put a proposal on for 15 too. 2015. There's going to be 4 groups total.
Really?
Responsible Ohio, Ohio Rights Group, Responsible Ohioans for Cannabis, and Ohioans to End Prohibition. And,
Really?
The 2015, because they tried it last year, the ORG, Ohio Rights Group.
I remember that.
They failed.
Yeah.
But they're allowed to use
like 40% or 30% or something, right?
Yeah,
they weren't.
They're allowed to reuse those signatures from last year, so they're already up in the game. They already have over. They already have over 150,000 signatures.
Wow.
To put it on the ballot.
How many?
Responsible Ohio's behind them.
Really?
I don't know the exact number. It keeps changing by the day.
Of course.
But yeah, ORG is the medical. They're going to straight do the medical. Mostly anybody that can benefit from therapeutic use of marijuana are going to be issued probably a card or something like in the other states. If you have a card, my understanding is that you will be able to grow up to a certain point.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly
in your house. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, fuck no. My fucking helicopters came over my shit last year. Let me shout you out on this.
You gotta clear the record. Clear the record.
All right, August 25th. Helicopter came knocking at my fucking door. Well, not the sheriff did, but yeah, he was hovering above my house. So I look out, I knew right away I was fucked. How I had marijuana plants in every damn window of my house, and I was just like, I didn't give a fuck. I lived way out in the country, I was like, what are the chances? Well, what I didn't know is that the DEA funds Huron County Sheriff to do 3 flies each year. The sheriff himself told me that. But when they came, these sheriffs, pretty much came there to get the job done and leave. They weren't treating me like a criminal the whole time. 3 of them said it'll be legal, and eventually. And then one even went as far as, because I was freaking out at one point, because I had 42 plants altogether taken from me. And I was kind of freaking out, so I asked this other sheriff, I was like, so realistically, what am I looking at? And he's like, probation, maybe, And they it was weird how cool these cops were. The one cop forgot 1 plant out in the back of my yard. So I call him back up just to kind of keep it on a good track, I don't want to fucking, just kind of staying cool with the guy. So I'm like, he left a plant, and he's like, well, I'll come back and get it. Never came back and got it.
Really?
Yeah. So all he knows, I could have smoked that.
Huron County Sheriff.
Huron County Sheriff.
Good job, guys. Hey, but that's the thing. It's because it's not that big of a deal.
Exactly.
There's bigger shit going on right now. There's bigger fish to fry.
That's
big. And that's the thing is, some big city cops don't realize that. Thank God that you had some cool cops and you dealt with some cool cops.
Yeah, I just read here maybe a month ago that the detective that came to my house and got me for them plants had actually got a pretty decent heroin bust over in Norwalk. So I'd always like
worried about.
Yeah, so I like to give a shout out to that and say thanks and try to keep them streets clean, keep people from dying from this fucking heroin.
Exactly, man, and
marijuana, I swear, will be therapeutic use on to helping rehabilitation.
How many things do you think it could help with?
Oh God, there's
PTSD. You have all these guys coming back from the war that shoot MS.
I've watched a documentary where the lady was tensed up and she smoked a bowl and loosen up. I mean, that's in front of our face. And these politicians and senators,
what I was talking about. Yep. They're not seizing out. They're perfectly normal.
I don't know if it's that they're trying to keep America pretty religious kind of country still, or not religious, but I'm like a goody country that they don't want, or what the fuck?
This is where it comes back to, man. Supposedly, this is the myth or the legend of marijuana. The reason that it is illegal, pretty much, what we have is that when the hemp plant, I'm sorry for not having my statistics that great, because they should be better. But we he's just ralphing his brains out. That's how good of a night that Jake had last night. So I'm glad that he's still in the studio doing this with me. He's hurting. But what I was gonna say is, getting lost in my thought. It must be high off marijuana. What was I talking about? I don't know. That's what I'm lost.
Oh, it went back to the time of when they were actually what the reason.
Oh, what I was gonna say, the secret behind marijuana, supposedly, and I don't know if this is exactly true or not, but this is what they all say is, you know, the guy that made the hemp plant, and hemp started getting real big. Hemp was, you know, everybody was using hemp. Like I said, everybody had to grow it. It was in the colonial times, you know, that they needed to. Everybody had to grow their own hemp plants. They're making clothes. They're making all kinds of shit. Well, they started using hemp for everything. They were using hemp for paper. They were using hemp. They made the first car out of hemp.
Yeah,
Look it up.
Ford.
Oh yeah, Ford made the first car out of hemp. Yeah, man.
Took an axe to the motherfucker and it bounced off.
They made a car out of fucking hemp. That was the first car. And what happens is, if you know who the DuPonts are, DuPont, you know DuPont, you've heard it. The name. Oil, right? Aren't they oil now? But what they were, they're pretty much the richest company. If you want to talk about like the Illuminati and rich families and shit, they're like the richest of the rich. They're the DuPonts. They're like the richest family ever. They made nylon rope. They were competing with cannabis. They were competing with hemp. Hemp was way stronger than nylon rope.
Right.
The DuPonts were the richest family in America. If not, they're one of the top three, if not the richest, the DuPonts. Right. So guess what? They paid a little money, and they're plus in Texas at the same time in Mexico, like the Texas-Mexico border, they had all kinds of, you know, all these dudes, little shanty towns, people were out of control. Women were being raped, people were being robbed, blah, blah, blah. They said it was mainly Mexican and black people, and they were all smoking this plant. They were all smoking marijuana. So that's what they said. They said marijuana, along with the DuPont, the hemp, they wanted the hemp plant out of this country. They wanted it taken care of because it was too many problems. So they fucking money, paid it, and they got it wiped away, and they got it told it was the worst. They got scheduled to is it class 1 or class 3 with heroin? It's ranked as class 1. It's ranked as a class 1 with heroin and cocaine as a fucking hard drug. And we listen to this shit, man. We listen to this fucking shit all the time, and it's a fucking plant that you can use and make paper out of. You can make rope out of it. It baffles my fucking mind that this shit is the way that it is. And how did we get to this fucking, like, how did we get here? You know, if you start going back through these times, like I was saying, when marijuana first came onto the scene, dude, it was all about healing. It was all about using this for this, or using this, or helping us, you know, make things, you know, make the sails in our ships, make the leather, you know, instead of leather on our boots, fucking we'll use some hemp. And then somehow it got turned around to what it is now, you know. And, you know, the one huge thing about it is, you know, all these overdosing and dying and this and that. You know, you can't overdose from marijuana.
Right.
The scientists say it would take 800 joints to kill a person. And even when they died, it would be carbon monoxide poisoning.
Right,
it wouldn't be marijuana.
Right.
It's because they put too much in their lungs. That's the funny thing, man. Yeah. And we sit here and people try to tell you that weed's a gateway drug and weed'll kill you. I've had people swear to God and look me in my eyes and say that somebody they knew smoked weed and it fucking made them crazy and they did this and did that and they were weird and shit. And not, like you were saying before, if fucking marijuana made you crazy or made you weird, you were crazy before you even fucking smoked the drug, dude. You know, that has nothing to do with fucking pot. Didn't make him go out and stab somebody.
Nope.
Pot didn't make him fucking attack his friend with a baseball bat. No. And another thing I read, I don't even think I have this one. They said that in the 1880s or 1890s, they they were trying to get people. They said alcohol was a devil, and they were trying to push people away from alcohol, and they said use marijuana.
I think I've heard that.
Yeah, they said that was the best way. But you know,
because marijuana was finally deemed illegal in what 30s?
Yeah,
30s.
Yeah, I think it was but they, this war on drugs and blah 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 blah. It's fucking bullshit. Mm-hmm. There is no war on drugs. It's just like there's a war on terrorism. No, we have a war on oil.
Right.
We're making money.
Exactly.
There's a war on pot and fucking shit because if the government isn't making money off of it, then it's not okay for anyone to use. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, it's pretty sickening. The more you look into it, and people are, and thank God people are, because they're tired of, being pushed around. They're tired.
And I think the internet has opened up.
Yes, it has.
A huge thing.
Thank God for the fucking internet.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's something that they didn't really want people to have their hands on, and now everybody has it, and the access.
There ain't no stopping us now
on their phone.
Yep. You see, what was it, Reagan or something, that had to send out records for every home to listen, and I think it was against marijuana.
Yep.
They went as far as sending out fucking records to fucking everywhere back then. They were adamant about going after marijuana, but nowadays, we got the internet. Fucking, we're all banding together.
Everybody can do their own research. All the research is in the touch of your hand. All you got to do is fucking click a button on your phone.
11 million people. I guarantee you 500,000 of them motherfuckers are going to be supporting it. What's going to be coming in this year and next.
I read each day approximately 6,000 Americans try marijuana for the first time. 6,000 every day.
That's awesome.
And an estimated 22.5 million use the drug daily. In just the United States. 162 million adults use it at least one time a year. That's 162 million adults in the United States use it at least once a year. At least try it when are down.
Where's our country at? Like 3 billion or something? Or?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's a good research. I mean, that's probably even lowballing it. Maybe.
That is lowballing it.
I mean, how many closet smokers are out there?
Exactly what I was.
And they
thinking.
need to come out, man. Like finally, I should. I was always pretty vocal about it. Besides to my grandparents or something, mainly because they're never gonna look at it that way, and that's fine. I love them, and I don't want to talk about that kind of situation. I'll wait till people my age or even 60s, 50s, talk about it with them.
Why not? It's like you said. There's no reason to really hide it anymore.
No, there ain't no reason to hide it anymore.
No.
Yeah, everybody needs to come out and speak, especially the successful people.
Well, right now more than anything, we need all those people in our corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the parents out there that are scared of being ridiculed, from other parents or school. Like I put a post on Facebook one day, talk to these other parents about marijuana. Who cares if they judge you?
Yep.
We're judge them back. Wonder why the hell they won't want somebody to get better.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you?
Yep.
It don't make sense.
I always, now, this year I'm vocal as fuck about it. I don't give a flying fuck. If you want to fucking try to debate me about the uses of marijuana, I'll sit down and fuck you up.
So I've been that way for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And it's just it's the reason why is because the facts and the history and everything backs me up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to say a fucking word.
Yep.
I can say check this out,
right.
check this out. And tell me that what I'm saying has no facts behind it and it's not true at all. You know?
Right.
It's bullshit. It's
Yeah, I mean, and it's gonna blow our mind the next 20, 50.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when we're getting older, I mean, the therapeutic uses and the research has happened since then. It's gonna be fucking
who knows? It
mind-boggling.
could cure cancer. It could be that all the cancer.
Yeah, it's already curing some cancers, I believe, for sure.
I remember always hearing that, they still, I don't know if it's been proven 100%, but I've read it in a lot of places, is that smoking a bunch of weed starves brain cancer.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't really make much sense because it has carcinogens in it, and you would think if anything it would cause cancer. But
correct. When you're fighting cancer with cannabis, I mean, you have to think nutritionally about everything. And like you should quit smoking. Honestly, you should quit smoking. Just mainly so your lungs don't have any problem. You know what I mean? Like, just safe, go yourself. Start juicing with cannabis. Start, like, using topicals. Put it on your skin.
All uses.
Cannabinoids oils. I mean, that cannabinoid oil right there is the main reason why this is helping a lot of people. That Rick Simpson's cannabis oil. And the further along they go and see about how this is helping, I mean, it's amazing. Like, there's, I think it's Saudi Arabia or something, there's this doctor that found out that THC helps with fighting cancerous tumors and stuff like that. And like, he's mind boggled why the Americans aren't fucking doing it.
Really?
Well, you know, you gotta know these fucking...
What did you say he's from where?
Saudi Arabia or Israel, maybe.
I think Israel. I read about something like that.
Where that doctor came.
Yeah, he's been doing it for like the last 5-10 years, and it's fucking huge research.
And I'm pretty sure it's legal over there, full on legal.
I wish I had the name of that guy because I know what you're talking about.
That's just one thread I seen on the internet one day and looked at it real quick.
But you know, we live in some fucking crazy times, though. Things are more open than they ever have been.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
What do you think? You see any of the shit that just happened with the dude being burnt alive in the cage?
I don't know. I never even seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, dude.
What was he from?
Jordania.
Oh. Okay.
He was a pilot, and he crashed. And they
grabbed him up.
ISIS motherfuckers put him in a cage. Dude, lit gasoline up to it, dude, and fucking doused him alive, dude.
Right.
Fucking on fire.
Yeah, to me that's like a big religion.
It is.
It
is. It's all over religion.
And that's been we've been using religion in wars since fucking probably the start of fucking religion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
we have.
I'm not.
Think about.
I'm not.
80%. Probably 80% of wars have been fought over religion.
Yep.
Someone believe in one. What is it? Islam versus Christianity,
or it had religion to do with it? Because like back in the World War II, you know, they would tell you, you know, seek your higher power and get this shit done. Or, you know what I mean? Yep. Especially the Japanese and the kamikazes. You know, they would tell them they would be rewarded.
You can meet your maker.
Yeah.
You can meet your maker, dude. Fly right in there. Blow yourself up. Yep. Fucking time to go.
Yeah, so they've been doing that.
Suicide bombers. That's what they're doing. 40 virgins. Shit, dude. If I was going to get 40 virgins and I really believe that shit, I'd be there. I'd be lined up with them with fucking C4 strapped to me. But guess what? You don't.
Right.
You don't go anywhere.
Was it I did just watch where this country, like their special forces in this country, just fucked up a few ISIS guys. Did you get to see that video online at all where they fucking threw a grenade or something up on the top part of the building and dude went flying?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they fucked them ISIS boys up. I think they're revolting over in the Middle East.
The U.S. They are. They're
over
fucking,
there, you know.
They're going
after ISIS. They ain't waiting for us.
See, that's the thing. It's what I've noticed today is that they, you know, they're not waiting for us.
No.
They took that. I think that when the ISIS motherfuckers did that to burn someone alive and them running around this cage fucking screaming and burning, they thought that they were going to intimidate.
Right.
They thought they were going to scare them. They didn't scare them. They kicked the hornet's nest. Now everybody's pissed the fuck off, dude. And did you hear what he said?
Mm-mm.
The king of Jordan said, he said, we're going to kill you. We're going to kill you. He said, we're going to kill your wife or your loved ones. We're going to kill your family.
Fuck yeah.
He said, and then he said, we're going to kill everything that you know and everything that you love. And he said, we're going to fight until we run out of bullets.
Hey, you got to think, man. They're going
to scare them. They're going to scare them and try back at them.
They're going to raise them kids up anyhow to believe and follow the same things they are. I mean, like, I'd hate to fucking say, yeah, I'm going to come here and kill your fucking kids, but if you're threatening my fucking kids, my family, motherfucker, it ain't no problem me dropping a bomb on the house of fucking, you know what I mean?
I agree.
People that are going to be...
That's a great way of looking at it, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way of looking at it. You know? I didn't even think about it like that.
Them Jordanians, is that who they are?
Yeah.
They're, you know...
King.
They probably tired of the shit.
They
just
are.
want some fucking peace.
Yeah.
Quiet. Quit fucking putting us on the
Thing is,
news.
obviously they got bombs and they got planes because they're fucking doing some work right
They
now.
are, man.
They're doing some work,
Which is good for them.
It
It's gonna make their country a little more powerful. If
Exactly.
instead of America being like.
And they need to. It's exactly. America's got to step out and they need
Yeah.
to fight their own battles.
Oh yeah. And if I'm sure they'll do good at it. They'll have loss of life and stuff like that, but that's a war, and they'll get. As long as they stay consistent and keep, up them guys' ass, hell, fucking give them Jordanians a fucking drone or something to fucking fly over them motherfuckers.
But what is that? That's happened more than a lot than in our history. Is we help the fucking guy and then they become our enemy.
Yeah, yeah, that's happened
Look
a
at
lot.
Al-Qaeda.
Well, like Al-Qaeda,
Iraq.
I don't know if you've ever watched the Charlie Wilson's War. It's a very good documentary. I believe that we did wrong in Afghanistan after, helping them defeat the Russians. Like we had to pull out of there. We didn't help them rebuild. We didn't help them, any kind of form of education or anything like that. So, they had our weapons, and obviously they did some shitty stuff. Am I saying it's right for them? No. But I mean, as far as
We gave them the weapons.
we gave them the weapons to
We
do.
left the shit there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing they said about ISIS. We have tanks and shit that we abandoned. Why do we abandon tanks,
Right.
motherfuckers? I don't know. I'm not really smart about war, but I don't just leave tanks in the
Right.
fucking desert, dude. You know what I'm saying? When they're saying that, they got anti-aircraft missiles and shit. They took them. They stole them. And wait, how do you steal that?
Right.
What are you guys fucking doing? It's like we don't get told everything.
No, we don't.
And it's, what do you think about, they talk about, I don't know if you believe this, but I mean, I truly believe that the reason that we're there is for oil.
Well, yeah. I mean,
And
when we first
war is a roar, fucking getting drunk. War is an expensive business to
very
be
expensive,
in,
billions,
and it's a money fucking maker. And we make a lot of fucking money off war, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And we make a lot of money off our interest in war and minerals. And oil is huge there.
Yeah.
But see, another thing I think that a lot of people look past, hush, you fat boy. Another thing I think a lot of people look past is opium, man. We have these opium fields guarded, secured, and locked down by our forces. Why?
Right.
What are we doing with it? Why do we give a shit about the opium that's grown there?
Yeah, that's stupid. I have no clue. I've never looked into
Really?
issue that much, but no.
Really? Look into it.
I will.
It's interesting, dude.
It's probably gonna
It's like-
shock me more. Of
I
fucking
think
reasons.
so. I think
But-
it just
Where's that at?
that's in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's like 70 where they supply 70 or 80% of the world's opium.
right.
Afghanistan does. And we have their fields like secure and locked the fuck down.
Yeah.
And we keep them guarded and armed at all times.
Yeah, it's sad how we went in. I mean,
I just
we went over there originally, in the 90s? And then we stopped and went back there with George, the last Bush that was president, right?
we didn't ever go to Afghanistan.
Iraq.
though. Iraq,
We wrongfully went into Iraq. I
Oh
believe.
yeah. When he said he's finishing what his dad started. Man.
Yeah.
He had to.
But you
He
gotta
had to
think.
put the nail in the coffin.
You gotta think of how much money they got from taking his
Well, look at what the
palace over.
Look at what. Oh yeah,
the
it's
gold.
selling all that gold.
Yeah.
dude. Think about though, the fucking these motherfuckers, dude. Is they all are one up each other. You ever notice that? Like George Bush Jr. takes over. He doesn't. His dad starts a war with Saddam. He doesn't kill him, but they break off, and that war ends. And blah blah. He comes into office. He says he's gonna kill. He goes into Afghanistan. Says blah blah blah. Terrorists are hiding in Iraq. Goes in Iraq. Kills fucking Saddam Hussein.
Yep.
Saddam Hussein was a bad dude.
Yeah, he
for
was.
sure.
Yeah, he
He was
was.
a fucking terrible dude. But guess what? At that time, he didn't have anything to do with what the fuck was
Nope,
going on.
no.
But wrong place, wrong time. And they fucking pinned it on. They fucking were, we're over here. Guess what? You're next, motherfucker. And you got shit we want too. We're taking all your oil and all that shit.
I think it was a big lie. I
Yeah.
don't believe it was Bush. I believe it was probably his administration.
Oh yeah,
And,
I think so too.
well,
Look at all
war-
those corrupt motherfuckers.
Yeah.
dude.
And yeah, they,
Dude.
I'd have to say the guy deserved it for killing his own people, like with all
I
the
agree.
nerve
I
gas
agree.
and shit. But
I agree. And his shit, dude. There was a.
it
you
is
know
kind
that-
of crazy.
You know that he had like a big room full of people, and when he like first got elected, I think, or something, or one of the times that he ran for office or something,
Right.
he had this big room of people, and they all sat in this giant room, and he started calling names, and they'd go up to the stage, and like he'd tell them they were okay or they weren't okay, and there were certain people that he thought were conspiring against him or trying to get him out of office. And yeah, dude, he had them shoot him fucking point blank right there on the stage, lay their body there. So people started freaking out and running the exit and shit, dude. They started shooting people fucking that were trying to run to the exit and everything, dude. They said he was obsessed with The Godfather. That The Godfather was his favorite movie, and he felt like he was a don, dude. That was like how he ran shit. It was like the
He
don,
kind of
like the
was, I
mafia.
guess.
Crazy, dude.
I guess.
But I think he was a bad guy, but again,
He was a bad guy.
I don't think that he had anything to do with fucking 9/11 or fucking had nothing. There's nothing that ties Saddam Hussein to that.
They straight. I mean, you got the lieutenants and the guys that were actually on the ground going to the beacons to where they said weapons of mass destruction were, and they wouldn't find any. Yeah. And here come, they might have lost a guy or two trying to get to that spot to begin with.
Yeah.
It was them. Like, it was them ground forces that actually helped us understand that.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't go in there.
Yeah. Everything you guys said, there's nothing there.
Yeah. Yep.
Everything that you guys told us about, it's not there.
And thank God for them, servicemen that stood up and actually, knew that they weren't in this country for for a legit reason.
That's my biggest thing is with, I have all these people that say, oh, you don't support the country, or you're anti-American, or blah, blah. It's like, no, dude, I love this fucking country.
Yeah.
I'm all about this country, but I don't want them to be fed the same bullshit I'm being fed.
Right, yeah.
Like, you're in the
service. We're going to stand up and let people...
you're in the service. Well, guess what, dude? You should be putting your fucking Legos together, too.
Right.
1 + 1 = 2. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm about to kill this dog, dude. You're about to see a death on fucking video. But that's my thing, and I think, and even somebody the other day was fighting with me about something, and I said, I don't blame it on you soldiers. You guys are fucking fighting for me, dude, for me to be free.
Yeah, they're told what to do anyhow.
Exactly. You're fighting for me to be free, and that's what he said. I said, and I appreciate that. I could never do what you do. I said, I appreciate that so much, and I'm thankful for that. I have every right that I have because of you.
Right.
And he said, yeah, even us, we don't even agree with some of the things we're told to do, but orders are orders, and that's what you do. And I said, dude, 100% agree with that. But that's what I'm saying. The people that are giving you those orders, that's who I don't agree with. Yeah. There's something that needs to be done.
Yeah, there does too. Like, and my girlfriend, her cousin was killed over in Iraq during that time.
Really?
And it opened up my mind to why the fuck are we over there? Why do Keith Klein from Oak Harbor? He was a good dude, real good fucking guy. He ended up being sergeant, led his fucking crew, and he wouldn't take no for an answer. He would, if somebody told him what to do, he'd do it. And I would hope that somebody like him, when they were to get, if they were to come back, that they'd understand that, they're not coming back to the perfect country. Their government's setting them, saying that, because they are. They're,
times have changed, man.
Yeah, the service, I swear probably in the service, they'll talk up, about how so much good things are about America, and what are they going to do? They can't say no shit. They'll get fucking extra duty or fucking some stupid shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't going to talk out against what's good.
So really, whoever the big man is talking to a group of soldiers, that I hope to God that guy's intelligent enough to fucking take these kids, or most of the time these kids into his hand and fucking tell them a legit reason to fucking do shit.
That's the problem, is you have, they hype all this up and they say you're fighting for our freedom and you're fighting for this and you're fighting for that and, oh my God, it's the American way, oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay, tell them they're fighting for oil. Because we have some assets. Tell them, don't sugarcoat it, and don't give them all the bullshit. Yep. Tell them this is why we're fighting for what we have. We need this oil.
They probably
we don't. We produce most of our fucking oil now.
Which if you told an army dude that, he'd probably go in there and get the job done a lot quicker. If you were to tell him you were there for oil. Oh, I'm here for oil. Let's go get that fucking shit done. Instead of telling him, hey, dick around with
Exactly.
this. Go around
All
and
right,
see
we're
if
gonna-
something's here.
We're gonna pay you really good, but,
Right.
but what we're trying to do is we're trying to secure this oil.
Yep.
We're gonna make you do this, this, and this, and it's all gonna help us secure this oil facility that we're trying to take.
Or
and that we
opium
wanna-
fields.
Yes, this is what we're gonna make you do. Not all right, do this. All right, we're all American way. We're gonna go here. We're gonna shoot a bunch of people here. We're gonna go here. You're doing this all for America.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
don't tell them that.
I hope they don't. And
Because-
I don't believe a lot of them do. There's a lot of good people in the service too. I mean, you
I
gotta
agree.
think the generation of Vietnam, and you know, it's going to go starting below Vietnam, and most
It is
Vietnam,
going below
most
Vietnam.
most Vietnam veterans that I know are pretty fucking cool dudes. They'll fucking smoke a doobie with you. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
lived a life back. You know,
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, it's, you know, and that's what I feel like too. Is it's like it's getting worse than Vietnam was.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to
I
know
mean-
somebody that was there or seen something or did something there.
it's just the prolongedness of.
But I also think that PTSD is becoming a fucking serious problem.
It is a serious problem.
And
And
I
it's-
think marijuana is a fucking huge,
It's a very good
huge beneficial thing to doing that.
organic medicine for
And
that.
it's that's the thing is too many people get smoking a little weed to when you start feeling nervous or you start feeling weird
Right.
or you start feeling and smoking all day every day. They get those confused too much.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
because you're diagnosed marijuana doesn't mean you need to smoke all day every day.
Right, right.
When you start having the certain symptoms that you don't
Exactly.
like, that's when you smoke, and
Yep.
then you're good.
Yep.
And then you're good, and you go about your day, and everything's gonna be fucking perfect.
Yeah, even beyond the soldiers and stuff coming home, man.
Yeah.
There's so much other
It goes so.
from
other
PTSD. Yeah.
But you know, there was this mom in Atlanta. I just seen. I always get like Atlanta news and shit. You know, still 'cause since I live there.
close to you.
Since I live there and
Oh, yeah.
shit, you know, so I still get all this Atlanta shit that comes to me, and I pay attention, dude. I'm, you know, that's the RowdCAST is kind of what it's about. I'm always up on current events and shit that's going on.
Right.
But this mom, she was a Marine. She was in the Marine Corps, went and served time overseas. She had 3 kids and was pregnant with 1. Black mom, single mom.
Right.
Came home. Just kind of wigged out. She said she had PTSD, that she was suicidal, blah, blah. And she fucking killed all her kids, killed herself. She was pregnant.
I believe that can be prevented.
I do too. I definitely do.
Yeah. I mean, someday it will be. Our hearts go out to that family and
Yeah.
stuff. But you know, because you got to think of their family right now.
Exactly.
You know, they're probably being looked at like your daughter is this
she's
horrible
crazy.
person. No, you got to look into more. You know, PTSD is real.
Yeah.
I mean, you think people can handle shit. You know, go over and fucking see some people get shot in the fucking head.
Burn
and come,
alive.
Yeah, and
cut
come
the
home.
head cut off. Fucking blown up.
Come home to say you got to live in a fucking normal
and go
society.
right back to
and-
just normal.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
they need something. They need cannabis for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, that would, man, it gets me so emotional
I
sometimes.
agree with you,
know,
man.
like
I agree with
thinking
you.
of that.
I agree with you because I've had so many people just say, "You don't need that, and that's not good for you, and
Mm-hmm.
and don't do that," and it's realistically, man, it just helps me out. It helps me stay level,
Yep.
and I don't have to. I could go weeks without smoking
Me too.
pot, and
Yep.
it's not a big deal.
I have before. I've
so-
quit.
so
I mean,
have I.
No, I
So
mean,
have I.
a little mental withdrawal. Like,
you're
I
like,
want
"Oh,
to
I'd
smoke.
rather smoke," and it's I
Right.
can go weeks and weeks, and I didn't smoke at all.
Yep.
But
Tell you what, when I drank a lot, which is legal, I was doing more harm to myself and my
Oh,
family.
yeah.
My family then, you know,
definitely,
compared to cannabis. I mean, if somebody wants to judge me, you know, go right ahead and, you know, drink your alcohol or do what you do. The main thing is they gotta open up and realize that it's helping people. You know,
it is helping people.
Yeah.
You know, it's way. I keep always saying this, but it's way fucking more beneficial than it is harmful. We've
Right.
done way better with it than we have. You know,
care if I give a shout out to what's going to be happening in these?
no, dude, do
Alright.
it.
Obviously, we touched base on Responsible Ohio a little bit.
Yep, and I want to ask you about that too.
Okay. They'll be going in 2015. Ohio Rights Group are shooting for 2015. and they're for medical therapeutic uses. ROC, which is Responsible Ohioans for Cannabis, they are going in 2016. They're going to submit their summary of their proposed amendment, which is very detailed, and you can check it out on Responsible Ohioans.
This is not Responsible Ohio. This is
not responsible. A lot of people. Okay. There's been a lot
That's
of
what
confusion.
I'm saying. Don't make sure you clear that wave.
Yeah. Responsible Ohio is the one with the 10 growers. Pretty much, you know what I'm talking about. The monopoly one. Yeah. And then ROC, Responsible Ohioans Against Cannabis. They are going to go for pretty much full legalization. They're going to be like, they're going to put studies out there to see about performance driving as far as what the levels should be. If
someone needs to do some studies on
so
that.
So they're looking into that. Hemp, agricultural, anybody can be researching and studying, but that's 18 and older, which I kind of don't agree on. Mainly because your body doesn't stop growing until you're 25. And if it was my kid, I'd suggest them, if they needed it. Obviously.
And that's something too. With what do you think about pot and marijuana when you're
younger?
18. You think 18
or
21, or what do you think? You think when you're 18? I mean, we were
I'd
smoking.
Say 21.
I was smoking when I was 14, 15,
right.
whatever,
Right.
But yeah, I think when you're 21 years old,
I think it intenses like.
It's just like
14-year-old
You're going to keep
kid.
alcohol. Whatever age you think someone is able to handle alcohol, they should be able to handle marijuana.
Yeah, because I look at me, back when I was, 14 to 18 or whatever. Like, marijuana fucking made so much shit so much better.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go all out, and which that was alcohol too, but, like marijuana.
No, half-baked, dude. It's like, you ever seen the back of a $20 bill? You ever seen the back of a $20 bill on weed? That's exactly how everything is like. You ever ate a Cosmic Brownie, man? You ever ate a Cosmic Brownie on weed, man?
But the last one that will be in 16 is Ohioans Then Prohibition, which is the Cannabis Control Amendment. That'll be 21 and older. You'll be able to purchase, possess it. You will receive a patient ID card if you need it for medical use. They're going to protect parents from prosecution. If they were to give it to their minor, if somebody wanted to go after them, they're going to put safety things in there to where people can't go after parents, and if they want to give it to their kid.
Yeah.
The doctors, they'll be free of actually referring it to anybody they want to.
That's how it should be.
That one will also allow you to grow indoors, but I'm not quite. See, the one that's going to be the Responsible Ohioans for Cannabis, their amendment proposal is very detailed. You can go responsibleohio.org or responsibleohioans.org. And
ResponsibleOhioans.org.
ResponsibleOhioans.org.
Okay.
Which I got people confused with the Responsible Ohio. And, I've talked to Don McAdams, the founder of the PAC, and he believes that Responsible Ohio did that on purpose to confuse and
of course.
To keep,
they were already there before they came out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that fucked up?
Of course.
Yep.
Of course. You thought it sounded all good. Yeah, go with this one. Yeah.
Don
Sounds
McAdams.
exactly the same.
Right. Don McAdams for the ROC. He's also, they're planning to submit the summary February 12th, I believe, in Columbus.
I seen that. I was going to ask you about that. I knew that was coming up. Are you going to be there when they submit it?
I would love to, man, but I don't know if I will.
I just seen that thing. I wasn't sure if you were actually going to be a part of that, because I'd like to be a part of that too.
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe
let me know. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe if I can get a couple people to go with me,
I'll go for sure.
And also, I wanted to speak out for Responsible Ohio Rights Group. They are throwing a race in Cleveland Zoo, or up by the Cleveland Zoo. It's Cannabis Crusades. They're throwing it for Ohio Rights Group, and that's gonna go for this year. And that's a cool race. It's a 5K run, a 3K walk. I think it's only about maybe $40.
You said that's where at?
That's up into the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo. It's Cannabis Crusades are throwing it, which the proceeds are going towards Ohio Rights Group. Which sounds like a blast. Hell, they're going to give you a free shirt, probably, free marijuana shirt or ORG shirt, and it gets people out and about, and I really thought it was cool that the Cleveland Zoo was like, yeah, fuck yeah, come on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It should be. You want to smoke some dope and look at some animals?
Right,
Well,
yeah.
You ain't doing nothing wrong. You ain't doing nothing wrong. For
So
real, man.
I wanted to put that out there too, because that sounded like I'm probably going to go to that. I don't
That
know.
sound-
I don't know if I'm going to do
what
the
date is
5K
that?
run.
What
That
date?
is June. It's either June 12th or
I'd go to
21st,
that.
something like
I'd
that.
go to that. That's in June. I could fucking run that shit.
It's like 8:00 in the morning, I believe. I might not run. I haven't been running.
Oh, that's cool. I'd still jog with you. I'd still walk with you.
I might.
I'd
do
still
the
just to go,
might
just
do
to
the
do
3K.
it,
Yeah.
just to do it.
Well, like I said, you get a
And-
free shirt,
and
a
get
bag
stoned,
of
get
shit.
stoned and go
Fuck
and go
yeah.
walk around the zoo. Dude,
I'll
let's
have one
go.
rolled to see if if I see somebody else walking or running, smoking one.
sure. I'm sure there'll be all kinds of people doing that.
Okay.
But if anybody has any questions or would want to call in for Jake, 678-209-6564. That is the number if you have any questions. If you're in the chat room right now, you can ask questions. Always, I'm chatting with you live. I got Kurt Walder's little bitch ass fucking
Little motherfucker.
talking shit. Fucking, he said he's listening live, and Shane Hamer's little bitch ass. But
Good dudes.
yeah, good dudes. But and it's funny that you said that. It's like responsible Ohio's for responsible Ohioans for cannabis, and responsible Ohio.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked
And
up.
it's
Don
two
was
bills.
pissed. He was talking about suing them, but I guess I don't know. He didn't want to even go down that route and bring marijuana into a fucking lawsuit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, then they would probably never get their objective done.
Yeah,
anyhow,
it's just
you know?
you're just
It'll fuck
causing
them
more
both.
more problems.
Yeah.
But it's just funny that it's like that's how it is, man. That's
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah, I talked
Somebody's
to Don.
trying to fuck you.
I talked to Don
you have it
McAdams.
figured
and
out.
Tanya Davis is also the co-founder of the pack, and I haven't talked to her at all, but Don McAdams, and also Tanya, they were pretty convinced that they did that to kind of get people persuaded to go to Responsible Ohio. If it's true or not, hell if I know. I know. Like, I look at Responsible Ohioans for cannabis. You can grow up to 99 plants at any given time. I mean, they're gonna ask for release of inmates that have nonviolent cannabis offenses that are serving 10, 20 years.
Of course.
I mean, the Responsible Ohioans pack. I suggest you look at the full amendment, or the full amendment, because it was detailed as shit. And
Really?
like, I got goosebumps reading this one because it was like closest to my alley. But I'd have to say Ohio Rights Group for this year if they go on it.
Ohio Rights Group.
Yeah, Ohio Rights Group. Right?
Yeah, that's what you said. I think.
ORG?
ORG.
Yeah.
Ohio Rights Group. Yep.
Well, it's going to be hard not to vote for them because they're at least going for medical. And when you're going to go for medical, there's a wide range of things that
It's a better way to go.
Yeah,
it's a better way to go because it's going to
there's
help
a
people.
yeah, there's a wide range of stuff that you can get it for, like depression. It's going to be very good for
Well, that's what they
depression.
said. That was another statistic I read that if Ohio would pass this Responsible Ohio bill,
Yeah.
it'll be the first state to go from nothing, from banned to recreational instantly.
Right,
There's
right.
no other state that's done that.
Right.
They've all started.
That's
with
going to be hard
medical.
for them. They're putting a
Yeah.
shitload of money in it, man.
Yeah,
But
they're trying.
yeah, I'd at least
But you have
tell
so many
people there's
fucking dumb people, Jake.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
so many dumb motherfuckers, bro. That's the scary part.
it is
We're getting
scary.
we're getting
People
to
don't
the-
care. They
we're
get caught up in their lives.
We're getting to the point where they're all fucking stupid. They're all so stupid that the stupid people are out fucking the smart people. And now we got a serious fucking problem. Because now we got to vote against them.
Oh shit! Yep.
That's the problem, bro. That's the serious fucking problem. But
Yeah, but that Ohio Rights Group, they got a good thing going too. I think, being that they already have 150,000 plus
no, definitely.
signatures.
That's
that-
awesome. They could.
They might be
reuse the
on there no
signatures.
matter what, this
Yeah.
year. So
I'll be looking for them.
I'd almost do that because I talked to a guy, very active volunteer for ORG, and he did say that come along 2 years or so that we can write a new amendment that keeps, Ohio rights group stuff the same as it is, but also you can write an amendment for getting it to recreational.
Yeah.
It's kind of
exactly, and that's what we want.
Yeah, it's
You gotta
kind
just,
of
like I said, and that's what I was saying earlier. You got to take the baby steps. You can't say, "Hey, go from nothing to I can grow 3 plants in my backyard."
Which we're gonna see.
We should. It's
we're gonna see if we're gonna see if money prevails with responsible Ohio. I mean, they got some key investors.
And that's what I'm afraid of, is there are just too many dumb fucking people.
Yeah. Who knows if them investors even knew how this was going to work. They might not have. They knew that they wanted medical, and you know what I mean. They were supporting marijuana.
Hopefully enough people listen to this that they...
I hope they do, and even if they still oppose, going towards another one, want to stick to responsible Ohio, just kind of think of a sick person, being able to grow their own herb and not have to choose whether to buy groceries or medicine. Like that's my main. That's my main thing. Like we should be able to grow that shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a fuck if it's my older aunt that can benefit. I'll go over to her house, start her own fucking garden I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because it ain't that hard. It ain't hard to grow weed. After you get that bitch over a foot tall, that fucker will bend over, grow right back. I mean, cannabis is so strong.
That's why they had made the hemp plant from it.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that is totally right.
Yeah, I almost it'd be hard not to pass up Ohio Rights Group, mainly because I was pretty happy with what they have brought to the table also. If nobody read the Hey, are we still live on this motherfucker? Yep. Oh, okay. Alright. If anybody was wanting to know any of the investors for Responsible Ohio, one's Oscar Robertson.
Sorry, I was pissing.
He's an All-American from the University of Cincinnati, and he was a former pro basketball star.
These are all from Responsible Ohio, right? These are the guys that are putting
Frosty
money in.
Rucker, NFL player.
Is that real name, or did you make that up?
Huh?
You say Frosty Rucker?
Frosty Rucker, yeah. He's an NFL player. I think he plays for Cincinnati, maybe.
Frosty Rucker.
Frank Wood, he's a Cincinnati, Cincinnati radio station owner.
Frosties were named after.
Sir Alan Mooney.
Sir Alan Mooney.
Look at Mooney. money with another O.
Yeah.
Fucker. He's a Columbus entrepreneur. James Good. He's a big-time Cincinnati sports agent businessman. He's pretty well known around Cincinnati. And then you got William Foster. He's a philanthropist. Full-on rapist. Oh, wait. Philanthropist. William Cheney, Pruitt, and John Humphrey. They're finance executives. Bobby George, real estate developer. And then Barbara Good, which is James Good's wife, I think. She's another full-on rapist. But. So that's just a touch of people
people putting their fucking
money
that
are throwing $20,000 here, throwing it out like fucking Cheetos or something.
They're just paying people off.
Yeah, they're gonna need the signature amount this year for Ohio is 305,591 valid signatures to get yourself on the ballot.
Wow.
So they're going from zero, pretty much to that's a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, we got 11 million in Ohio.
Yeah.
But that's one, they're down to how many months now?
We're getting down there. We got what?
It's like 10?
Yeah, that'd be about right.
Man,
9 or 10.
They're only, they need to do some work.
Yeah.
I don't know if money is going to prevail. We'll see.
You never know. But if you have enough dumb people fucking reading this shit, then definitely.
Yeah, that's mainly why I started my page, Let's Free Ohio. At first, I was kind of going towards Responsible Ohioans for cannabis, letting people know that I was a volunteer, mainly because it's a hell of a good proposed amendment.
Yeah.
But like I said, I would almost be a little heartbroken if I wouldn't vote for ORG this year if they made it on there, because it's medical. I mean, fuck, tell your doctor you're fucking depressed or something if you want to smoke some weed.
Well, there's so many. You know, we've talked about this already a couple times, but there's so many different things that it can help you with. You know, anxiety, being nervous, talking too much. You know, there's so many cures for it that it's just. Keep going, Jake.
The Ohio Rights Group also gives farmers the rights to grow hemp. That's a big thing.
That is a big thing. And I think anybody should get the rights to grow hemp, but at least, if not anybody,
I'm gonna grow some
farmers. Exactly. Why not? And that's the thing.
Hide my weed in it. Fuck you guys.
If we get back to that day where, oh wait, hold on, this little rope that you sold me is way tougher and more solid than this thing that I've been using, this nylon.
Right. Yeah, you gotta think of the sails. They still make sails nowadays that are made out of hemp.
Yeah.
They still make them out of hemp. And they've been doing that ever since fucking back in since
1913.
Yeah, since them. Well,
1800s.
What's his dick face that found us on accident or found this land
Christopher
on
Columbus.
Yeah, his boat was made out of fucking
the greatest man that ever lived, that fucking found America and fucking
accidentally.
He fucking rode a rainbow across the sea. Yeah, it didn't ever hurt anybody. He raped Indian women and fucking pillaged.
Yeah,
and
I
killed
fucking
everybody.
hate when people talk.
I
Christopher
too.
Columbus Day.
Isn't
That fucking
crazy?
enrages
Isn't
me,
that
dude.
crazy?
And when, you know, like, people that talk about the founding fathers of America, yeah, I get the point that it was fucking a good thing that we found, that, you know, that started the United States of America, Georgia.
Yeah, definitely.
But everybody before Lincoln were fucking okay with slavery.
Yeah.
You know? And that's fucked up. When they're teaching our
When
kids.
they're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
those guys, they don't have to be slaves anymore.
Right.
They're kind of cool. They've helped us. You know what? We're gonna tell them that we're free. That's what I was watching this thing the other day, on the History Channel or something, and they said up in Alaska, like when we were first like getting Alaska and securing it and fucking kind of like putting highways up there and shit, you know.
Right.
They said that we had the army up there, but they said 85 or 90% of the armed forces that we had up there were African American. So it's pretty much, yeah, you're in the forces, but you're paving, and they were going through mountains, dude. They were cutting fucking highways through mountains.
They let them
dude.
be
the worst of the worst kind of work, dude. Fucking pulling.
But thank
shit.
God Lincoln.
They did.
I mean, thank God for Lincoln. I mean,
but isn't that so racist?
That is. Oh,
dude,
yeah.
It's so racist. I was just watching, I'm like, oh, dude, it's so racist.
So you still see people being
like,
racist.
oh, you guys are
nowadays,
free.
man.
You guys are in the service. Yeah, wink, wink. You guys are in the service.
Send you up down there, motherfucker.
You guys are
Work
going
your
through
fucking balls off.
You guys are making fucking highways. Like,
might not be a cotton field
Great.
anymore, but it's a fucking highway. What the fuck are they doing to us?
great service, dude. It's fucked up, man.
It is fucked
up. But yeah, like you said, thank God for Lincoln.
Yeah, I mean, and also Martin Luther King. Like, I put in my one Facebook thing, man. Imagine if he was here for our marijuana movement.
Yeah.
He would be,
He'd be the perfect person to have
my
in your
God.
corner. That motherfucker could talk, man. He'd get you fired up.
And Obama. Like, I'm not saying I love Obama.
But he talks. He's a
I
talker,
love-
man.
that's
Me
the
too.
only
His
fucking-
speech before he took office.
Only president that gives me goosebumps.
Me too,
listening
bro.
to.
Dude, when that speech before he took office in Chicago or whatever in the park, dude, that was like, dude.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, let's fucking march to the White House. Like getting out of my seat, dude. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fucking watch down the marches in D.C. with this motherfucker. He's coming this way. You know, it's like, yeah, dude, I agree. The way he talks, dude, he speaks.
I don't think he'll do too much for us federally with me. I mean, he has. He put that thing in the bill.
Oh yeah,
and
his, like I said, his Surgeon General. The Surgeon General is saying, hey, the Fed's laws and stuff are not correct.
Right.
There are going to be some changes.
And you've seen Obama. He kind of openly came out smoking when he was younger. He talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
And he was in that one when the State of the Union, it was just a press conference where he said alcohol was more dangerous than marijuana.
Yeah, he said, I totally believe
that. That right there is probably opening people's eyes.
That's a lot of progress.
Yeah,
dude.
fuck yeah.
That's a lot of fucking progress.
People can bash that guy quite a bit, man. But a lot of things when I see, like, and you got to think president can't do it all. Like he can't get everything done, especially when the Republicans are running, both sides now.
We don't know how it is. You can walk
exactly.
In the office
We've never done the job.
Yeah, you can walk in the office, they sit down and say, okay, Mr. President,
Yep.
this is how things are going to run today.
Yep.
You're going to sit in that chair and you're going to smile and you're going to wave. And we're going to do this, 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 and this. And we're going to blow up this place. We're going to kill this guy and we're going to do this.
Right.
And you're like, okay. This is what I wanted. This is what I worked my life to be, the fucking president of the United States. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they say every decision's yours. But for what I've learned in American history and the things that I've went back and watched and learned and read is a lot of times I read the thing about the NSA with even George W. Bush. As much as I hate the motherfucker, I can't stand the cocksucker, dude. I'd punch Brandon nose if I seen him. I hate him. As much as I hate him, with the NSA, the whole thing where they were spying on us, Edward Snowden blew the whistle and all that shit. They went to him and they told him the spying and shit. Like what happened is either New York Times or Huffington Post. I think it was New York Times. Somebody got a hold of some information, and what it was is the information said that NSA's been watching us for years before even 9/11. They were watching us.
Yeah, I think they were in the protests. They had. I don't know if you ever seen that documentary or nothing.
Which one?
Actually, that was FBI, but still, when they infiltrated the group for civil rights of the black when they were marching.
Oh
down,
yeah.
They actually had undercovers
really?
there.
Oh yeah, I believe that. I think I know what you're talking about.
But that was an extreme. To them, it was like an extremist group. They were fucking.
Yeah.
You know.
But
they are. I guarantee they're watching all that shit.
My point. Oh, I agree totally. They've been with us for a long time. But I'll get to another point after this. But my point is, they said that like when they went to Bush, and they said to him, they said that okay, this is what's going on. New York Times has some articles and some information that they're about to publish, and it's going to look real bad on you. Blah blah blah. They said, but we just started this program not too long ago, but they kind of figured it out, and they have all this information on us. And they told him that he swore they didn't tell him about that.
Right.
They told him then. His cabinet had been doing all this shit, and they finally were like, Mr. President had no idea. They said he was fucking blank as a shit.
Right.
He had no idea the NSA was operating at the levels that they were operating already.
Right.
Even after, and then he signed the Patriot Act.
I was going to say, that's what I was just about to bring up. When did he sign? I was going to ask you when he signed that. And do you believe that he signed it because he knew that they were going to spy on Americans, or he wanted it just in case?
It was already going on. From what I what I read and what I understand.
Did he know that shit?
No, that's what I'm saying. He kind of just figured it out, and so he was like, "All right, we're going to sign the Patriot Act, and you guys could continue doing what we're going to focus on international. We're going to focus on foreign territory." But they lied. They had at that time. They said they already had all the cameras and everything pointed at us. Yeah. They've been watching us for a while.
Yeah, I think probably.
And that's what doesn't make sense about 9/11. How did that happen? How did they not?
Yeah,
they were already watching us and doing the things that they were doing. But after Patriot Act, they didn't have to cover their tracks anymore.
Right, they didn't have to go.
It was all out in the open. They could say, "Oh no, we just started doing this, but yeah, we watched this guy. We're allowed to. There's no laws. It was an invasion of privacy. You could do whatever you wanted."
Right. And my big thing about the Privacy Act, and stuff like that. If they were to come at my house and bust me for a bullshit crime, kind of like marijuana, but I was kind of pissed about that. But anyhow, if it was for something else, I mean, I'm not doing things in my life, I'm not no murderer. I ain't, they have no reason to come at me. So therefore, I'm cool. The only reason I like that for is the people in the United States that are gonna want to fuck the United States up and drop a bomb at a post office or or school or something like that. It's almost crazy to think that won't happen again, like not the Boston bomb.
Yeah, not to scare anybody, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see a lot more.
That's the only reason why I agree with that.
The lone wolf people and that kind of shit, where the guy just runs up, shoots a bunch of people, as many as he can, and gets killed. Right. We're gonna see that a lot more in the next 10 years. Yeah. Blowing themselves up, that kind of shit. But
hopefully, I mean, they're doing their job, and they find these people before they can make it to, kill people and stuff like that. That's
why the NSA, that's a beneficial.
Yeah, that's the only beneficial part I see out of that, that whole Patriot Act. And
what scares me about it is all the original, if you look at it, the original guys that all started it, like the original supervisor and all the original people that had it, as soon as they signed the Patriot Act and did whatever they changed it to what they were doing, they all quit and resigned together. So it's like, and they were like, you can't do that. Like, what you guys are doing is fucked up.
Right. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into that issue.
Yeah.
They all fucking said fuck off, man.
They said, we're not going to stand behind you. We're not going to work for you.
Right.
And a lot of Bush's cabinet, too. Once all that shit started hitting the fan, and they had, like, Powell and fucking dude, Colin Powell, dude, one of the best, another guy, great at speaking, dude. Best of the best, dude. He was like, I'm out. And they all started Ashcroft, and that's another thing. They go to Ashcroft when he's in his bed dying.
Didn't they fuck that Rice chick out? Or did she quit, too?
She stayed for a while. I think she was the only one that stayed.
Did they use her as a pony there for a bit?
Something. They did something with her. Yeah.
Poor lady. That's her job. That's what they go to do. I wouldn't make it as a politician, obviously, because they wouldn't have it. Just like you. I mean, you get a guy going in there speaking his mind enough, and vote that fucker out.
Snuff him out.
Yeah.
I like a bullet in your head.
I like that one. What is he? A senator of Florida, maybe? Or he's the one that's going after Jeb Bush. He was his college roommate.
I didn't see this.
You didn't
guy.
see that? Yeah,
no.
he brought up that Bush smoked weed and was kind of like a bully and shit in college.
Jeb?
Yeah, Jeb.
No, I didn't see this.
And then now he's a hypocrite because he won't even, he's opposed to even medical, marijuana. He brought it out. He was like, fuck this fucking guy. I partied with that motherfucker.
I didn't see that, dude.
Yeah, you'd be able to
I
find
have
it.
to look that one up, dude.
Oh, dude. He went on another interview speaking about it, too. I forgot with who. But yeah, that was some funny shit. I was like, right there. Well, I mean, I knew not to vote another Bush in,
Yeah.
Fucking insane, too. Especially one that...
No, I would never.
I wouldn't
Never,
even suggest voting in a president that is opposed to marijuana.
You would never vote in a president opposed to marijuana?
If they say no to marijuana, then I will not vote for them.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. But what do you think about 16? It's got to be in the topic.
About what?
In 2016, it may be in the topic of...
What, marijuana?
Yeah.
It's got to.
Presidential
It's
run.
got to.
That'll be so sweet.
We're a state, or we're a country that's halfway divided now.
Yep,
Like I said, you have almost 25 states that are...
But
25
we
states,
got one more year till then, too.
There are over 20 states that are medical is okay in.
We got one more year, too.
And you got about
states
3 or
might bump
4 that are... Yeah, and it's
if Ohio gets it this year.
It's a big issue.
Ohio would be a big one.
You got to make a decision for everybody,
Right, Ohio would be a big one because isn't Ohio like a big Republican state as far as they go for? I know they're aiming to have the Republican convention up in Cleveland this year after around.
Yeah, and that's what my dad was saying is they're building so much shit up around there.
Yep.
They're building all these new hotels just for that because it's just so big. It lasts for 2 weeks.
They learned from Obama, man. They're gonna be smart.
Cleveland's getting huge, dude. They're getting
they are
a massive city, and they're getting all kinds of new restaurants. They're getting everything. Cleveland's growing,
Didn't they redo all the flats and shit?
Oh yeah, everything. A lot of shit's been redone. All the buildings.
Fucking
and shit
man.
downtown.
They deserve it.
They do.
They run down there for quite a little bit.
Cleveland was getting rough. I remember when I was young.
LeBron moved. My motherfucker.
Even before LeBron.
Yeah, I
it was
know.
Scary, dude. I remember going there and it was just like, what is going on in the city?
It ain't too bad. If I see a group of hoodlums or something, I'll wave a joint and be like, peace. Like,
skedaddle.
Kill me if you want, but I'm just offering you this fucking joint, so.
Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
I know, I was nervous as hell. I forgot I was up there at the hospital and I was walking down Carnegie and Euclid or something at like fucking 2 in the morning. I was just had my knife on.
Oh, dude, I've been in that city a couple times. Some bums and shit start groaning on the bench. You're like, get out. You're like, dude.
They start coming out of the bushes too, man.
Fucking like zombies and shit, dude.
Dude,
like,
I literally
was through the park. Like, oh my god, man! Like, there's a fucking crackhead just ran across the bushes. And then, oh my god, this old guy, dude, he's coming out and he's got a knife on him. Yeah, dude, I've seen some shit in there, dude.
Oh shoot!
I'm drinking hard drugs and fucking ran around downtown Cleveland, and dude, it was scary, dude. It's scary when you're not on drugs.
Yeah, right.
On drugs, dude.
I remember a guy. I'd never take acid or nothing up there.
I was on mushrooms. I remember this. I remember a guy. He Kenny Salyers was with us, and we walked by him, and he's like pulling out of all his things. He's got, I got some hash, I got some mushrooms, and his hash was like lawnmower shavings. And he's like, his mushrooms were like sauteed mushrooms from shit. And he's like, I got this. All those guys were like, talk to him, like, dude, get this guy out of here. This guy ain't got no drugs. Like, dude, this guy's fucked up. And his other buddy's like, hey, you talking to Kenny and shit. He's like, hey, man, I got this drugs. And he reaches in Kenny's pocket, blah, blah, blah. Kenny's like, get the fuck off me, dude. Don't touch me. I don't want any shit off me, dude. He fucking pushes him away. We go down. We're going to see an Incubus concert.
Right.
We get down. Get in line to see an Incubus concert. We're like, everybody got your tickets. Everybody goes to pull their tickets out. Kenny's like, I ain't got mine, man. He's like, no, I ain't got mine. I was like, no way, dude. I was like, that crackhead stole your ticket, bro. He's like, dude, you gotta be kidding me.
Did he wait for him?
Huh?
Did he wait for him?
No, he's like, I don't think it was. I think I left it in the room. I can't remember grabbing it. So I give him the key. We get in line. We get down. We're just about fucking to walk in the place, dude. And we notice, like, up in our line, the guy.
No
the
shit.
Same
So you
crackhead
seen
guy,
him?
He's like talking shit. He's like, yeah, buddy, yeah. And I'm like, I'm just like looking at him. I'm like, is that the guy that stole his ticket? And everyone's like, yeah, dude, I think that's him. That's him. And I didn't do anything. I didn't know. I never knew for a thing. But Salyers told me he never made it in. He sat there back at the fence, dude. He sat like a mile and a half back, dude.
He should have stayed with you guys. Then he would have known. Because, I mean, it was his thing to go up to the guy and fucking get it back. But
that was him. That was definitely the guy who robbed it out of his pocket, dude. Those pickpocketers.
What a dumbass. He knew you guys were going to that fucking concert. Or whatever
I know.
Incubus concert
He was
in
right
town.
in front of us. But dude, I was so fucked up.
Right.
I had about 15 beers in me and smoked so much dope and did so many drugs. I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
I was going to see Incubus. I remember I was like passing out
That'd be
on
a good
chicks
concert.
next to
I
me.
never got to one.
Oh, I've seen them three times.
I heard they're good.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little better. I should have brought my weed.
Good. You get talking it down.
I think these fucking hash oil's helping.
It does. Dude. It's got me on. I just stopped drinking because it's got me fucking feeling good. But I'm glad you like educated me on some of the bills and shit because I didn't.
We'll be around, or you know what I mean.
I didn't know all the bills and all.
I'm here to talk to anybody that wants to even come on. Like if you're friends with me on Facebook, fucking shoot me a message or. I mean, I don't know everything either, so I'm learning from people. I call volunteers from each group and ask them questions if I got some hard questions, which I suggest if you do have questions that you're not finding on the internet, call one of them volunteers, and if they don't know, usually they'll get somebody higher up in the group that'll know.
And that's the most important. Just help each other out.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
And spread knowledge. Because a lot of people don't have the knowledge, they don't understand, they don't think for themselves.
Right. That's why I said I wasn't really against RO or Responsible Ohio. Yeah. I'm just there might be two on the table this year, and ORG would be the one that I get. Obviously, if Responsible Ohio would be the only one for the next 5 years, I would probably
still go with them.
I'd probably vote for them.
Yeah. Me too.
I mean, mainly
you just kind of cleared it up because that's what I just had been hearing so much stuff about it, and then
it's a week by week thing. I mean,
but the most thing I hear about is Responsible Ohio, and it's like, well, they just want to grow it all, in a couple places and distribute it and do this and do that.
The tax rate's kind of high.
To me, it's like all these people complain. It's like because they can't grow their own plants in their backyard, and it's like. We have to look past that. You being able to grow your own pot is not. That has nothing to do with it. Like you said, the people that are hurt need to get it first.
Yeah.
The people that really need it, because there are people that really need it. Like I don't think of it just as, I may want to do it recreationally, but the people that have a disease that it helps, or have a problem or an issue that it helps clear up, those people need that.
Yeah.
So because you can't grow it in your plant or in your house. You're saying, fuck this plan. That's why I was saying when I put that shit on my Facebook, was, okay, you are all for this. Well, if I don't go for that, what else is there?
Right.
And no one would say no. No one would say anything.
Oh, right. I never went back to it.
Everybody just bitch. It's just bitch and bitch. So what's the alternative? What is the alternative to this?
ORG.
Because, give me an alternative because right now,
obviously,
this is the best I got.
Yeah, obviously, if there wasn't anything besides RO.
Because, of course, and that's another thing I read is, in Ohio, if this bill passes, Responsible Ohio passes, it'll be taxed 30% more than it is in Colorado or anywhere else where it's legal.
Yeah, it's 15% tax rate. I think the normal is around like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, 30%. They said 30% over what Colorado charges in taxes for theirs. So you think about that, it's like, whoa, wait a second, why we have to pay?
Because there are the other group, I forgot which one exactly, but they put their tax rate around 6 to 8, somewhere around there.
Really?
Yeah. And I think that's kind of what Colorado, they kind of tried to match Colorado's a little bit instead of RO's 15%.
Gotcha.
And like, if you notice that I said, like, I pieced out the percentages.
Yeah.
Right? Which I don't want no more than, I don't want the commission board and all that shit making money out of it. I'd like them I'd like them to make a living.
Yeah.
Decent living, but
yeah. Everybody's got to have a job. Everybody's got to have a service, man. Everybody.
And I agree with paying taxes all the way.
So do I.
It's going to help Ohio.
Yeah.
But shit, what am I looking for? Percentage,
Yeah, it's definitely going to help Ohio, and I have nothing wrong with paying taxes, and I have nothing wrong with paying police officers and paying certain faction firefighters and stuff like that. Those are all people that need to be paid, and I don't have a problem fucking putting money in to pay them.
Right. See, this is the thing they proposed was, the flat rate at 15% tax rate, sales tax rate.
Yeah.
And then, what is it? 55 to the municipal, township, government for police and road repair. They get the most out of that, and I understand it's that they need, funds in the state and the townships and stuff. But, I think, funding mental health and education and stuff like that should be up there.
Yeah.
They should throw that up there before. Police officers don't make dick, I don't think.
No, they definitely don't.
So I believe that some should go to them, but 55%, that might generate a lot of money. And if you've noticed, Colorado's made so much damn money that they're talking about giving some back to the citizens because they just made so much damn money. So I hope to God if RO does pass is that they would kind of be flexible as far as where the percentage is going and how much it's going to, because it'd be nice to see 55 or quite a bit to go towards mental health, because people don't, I don't know what the problem is, people don't bat an eye at mental health. Depression, PTSD, stuff like that, that's kind of just been getting out there pretty hardcore in the last 5 to 10 years. Let's see. Also, the one running in 2016, Responsible Ohioans for Cannabis. The initiative is called End Ohio Cannabis Prohibition. It is going to end piss tests. That one's also a good one I meant to bring up earlier. Kids can't get a job anymore.
No.
I've straight seen people trying to go into the Army, to where the Army is flexible. They won't even give a shit if they're pissing dirty. They'll wait till they're good.
Oh yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
But
you can't get a job.
Right. What I'm saying is that they.
And what's the point if I can't get a job? I work clean. I work fine.
Right.
Fucking Bob Marley. But I take care of head. What does he say? I don't know what he says. But I can work fine, and I can fucking use my hands, and I can create a great wage. Yeah, I may smoke and when I go home at night.
Right.
to, hang out and just chill my recreational.
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
can't get a job. But guess what? You can go to the government and you can say, hey, I got 3 kids. I can't work. I don't want to work. I can't work. And you can get everything paid for.
Yep.
Everything handed to you. EBT, everything put on a fucking platter for you. And you don't have to take a drug test.
That's true. That's a big.
So what the fuck?
That's been a debate before.
Yeah. So how does that even make sense?
It don't make sense. But I believe that the people that receive the EBT, food stamps, stuff like that, I wish the government would be smart enough to help them mentally.
Yeah.
Mainly because they must be in a spot right now where they most
Can't
of them
get a
probably don't
job
know
or
what the
can't even
fuck to
think
do.
or can't you're hooked on drugs
Yeah.
or something.
So they just dish out money.
Yeah.
It's like, man,
Not the answer.
no, it ain't. They're enabling them.
I agree.
It's pretty much a parent enabling
I
their
agree
kid,
with
giving
you.
them anything
And
they
you
want.
see how all these governors that come up with these plans where they're going to drug test them or do tests or physical tests or stuff,
Right.
they back off them. They put these bills out there, and this has happened like 3 or 4 times. They put them out there, and they stand behind them, and then they're like, we decided, the Wisconsin governor decided to back off of he was going to make everyone EBTs get drug tests.
Right.
It's just,
I wish they'd at least, if, it would be smart to have them drug test. maybe,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'd also want them to, help them out with mental issues. You know what I mean? If they can go see a counselor and, be able to tell them their problem. You know what I mean? Because a lot
Yeah.
of people that seek benefits and they're able to work, it's something more than not wanting to. Not
Yeah.
wanting to go work. It's you know what I mean? It's life catching up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, definitely.
that's why I said in that Responsible Hounds, I wish they'd be a little flexible when it comes to that percentage of where the taxes go to.
Yeah.
I wish they'd put mental health up there.
Yeah,
man,
mental health
because-
is a big one.
Yeah.
And that's why we have so many shootings.
Yeah,
That's
it
why we have
is.
so many crazy motherfuckers in mental
Yep.
health. It's not a gun problem. Everybody always
Years
wants to
of
put it on weapons and guns and
undiagnosis.
ammunition.
Years
It
of
has nothing to do
undiagnosis.
with, yeah, you may be able to get a gun easier than you could. Right now, it's harder than it's ever been.
Right.
But you could still get one
Oh,
if
yeah.
you were self-minded. But guess what? It's a mental problem
Fuck yeah, it is.
that people have that they switch that trigger and they can go from fucking 0 to 100 or to 1,000.
Right.
And pull a trigger against another human being and kill it, take another human being's life. That's something's not clicking upstairs.
Right.
That has nothing to do with them having guns in their possession.
Right.
They should never see, if someone like that should never see a gun ever. They should see no kind of weapon, no knife, no gun, no nothing. Like the suicide, like when we talked about earlier. Maybe that wasn't PTSD. Maybe she's just crazy and should have never had anything in her possession.
Right.
It's there's a serious mental health issue in
Yeah,
this
I
thing.
think they've overlooked it.
And
for
we
too long.
give them other things, and we don't take care of the problem at all.
Right.
And that's the serious problem. Like you said, don't give them free fucking EBT cards.
Without.
Give them fucking
Yeah.
You need to go see a doctor
The
a couple
help.
times a week.
Yep.
Or a couple times, not a couple times a week, but a couple times a year. You need to go take a checkup, make sure everything's clicking upstairs, and you can have 5 kids, and you're responsible.
Another reason, that cannabis is going to help in the long run. I mean, you got to think of how expensive prescriptions are, especially the cancer, like prescriptions when you have cancer. Like, what is that? The chemo pills and
Dude,
shit like that.
I went to the pharmacy, bro. Before I came home, that's what I did.
Oh no shit.
Oh yeah,
Some fucked up
yeah,
prices,
dude.
isn't it?
Yeah, bro.
My
You
mom
see
works
these dudes
at-
crying, dude, in tears.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's the saddest,
bet.
one of the saddest things I've ever seen.
That had to been hard.
They're crying, and dude's like, my insurance. I have insurance. I pay top flight insurance. My insurance won't cover this.
Right.
They say no way. It's experimental. He's like, I'm in chemotherapy. I have cancer. I'm gonna die. I'm in chemotherapy. These are the only things that make me feel better.
Right.
It's like, I want to say, guess what? Go smoke a joint.
Right.
But I can't say that. I'm not working behind the counter. I can't say that.
You'd be the
But I
coolest
feel,
fucking
dude,
pharmacy
and, dude,
dude
the worst,
ever.
the worst, I'll tell you right now, the worst that I've seen is, I don't know if you know anything about hepatitis C. Fucked up, bro. The
Is that where you lose
hepatitis,
lung?
I don't exactly understand it either.
I have no clue. I haven't educated myself enough.
But hepatitis is like serious, I guess. But there's hepatitis B and hepatitis C.
Right.
Hepatitis
Yeah, I knew there was a different
B. Maybe I'm wrong in this, but I don't know.
Hep
One of
A, B,
them
C?
is not so bad.
Is there 3 of them?
Maybe. One of them,
Correct.
it's usually B and C is
The
not so bad. B,
the
I
lower
think.
lettered one
I
is
think
not as
B
bad.
is not so bad, but C, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm fucking wrong, faggots. But B is like not so bad. But if you get C, it's lifelong. And you have to take this medicine. And this chick, dude, smoking hot chick, she would come in, and she get these medications. And there's this one. It was Pegasus. It was like that's the name of the drug, and it was like $2,600
Jesus.
for that. And it was like 30-day supply, and it was like something she'd use twice. It was like 2 pills she'd taken in a month. And it was $2,600. Plus, she had like 3 or 4 other medications. I'd ring her up, and it would be like at least over $6,000 for the month.
That's fucked up.
You have to do that every month, dude. How do you come up with that money? Unless you're a fucking millionaire, how do you come up with money like that? And that was to make her feel normal, like keep her okay.
In one of these, in one of these damn groups, they talk about if you're. If you're indigent to pay, like as far as kind of how people are with EBT and stuff like that. It's the Ohioans Then Prohibition, the Cannabis Control Amendment. They will have it on there to where they'll set up a system to where patients can get free cannabis too if they're if they're probably disabled type, you know what I mean, like unable.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing. I did jot that down real quick. And that right there, like you said, I mean, marijuana, these cannabinoid oils, and I think, you know, they're probably going to be a little pricey, you know, and the herb and however you want to get it. Probably through any of them, you know, any retail store. You know, as long as it tests out for the potency, you know, and what you want as far as
So
THC,
what is
CBD.
testing out for potency is like it has to be the potency has to be a certain,
It's got
can't be so high.
It's got to be controlled THC levels, CBD levels, you know.
You know, like when our parents were little or younger, they had the high beer, low beer.
Right,
You hear about that?
I remember that.
It's just funny as fuck.
My dad would tell me about that shit. Yeah, because they could get one when they were 18 and then they'd have to wait or something.
But it didn't have as much alcohol in it. It was
Right.
more alcohol by volume. But it's like, well, still, if you drink fucking 20 low beers,
I'm sure it is.
It's gonna go, dude.
My dad probably
Still
did.
game over. Well, bro, dude, I appreciate you fucking
Probably, man. Finally
coming
feeling
over
better.
here. I'm
You
glad.
made me feel better.
I worked the fucking devil out of you, man. The fucking hangover.
Hell yeah.
I'm a goddamn miracle worker, bro. That's what
did,
I do.
dude. You seen what I puked probably 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe more than that.
Might have been more.
Maybe about 5 times.
Yeah.
But
I'm
you,
done. I'm gonna go eat a fucking cheeseburger.
you're ready to go now, man. You got the devil out of you. But,
Oh, shit.
dude, I appreciate you so much.
I
coming
appreciate you
on
bringing me on, dude.
And I'm thankful. I still got you.
Having
No
me
matter
back.
I haven't fucking. I see you every once in a great while, and we grew up together. I met you when we were like 6 years old.
Yeah.
We could barely talk.
Yep.
And every time I meet up with you, it's just like we just left off yesterday.
Same dudes, man.
Yeah,
Glad
man.
you didn't change, bro.
Yeah, same here, bro. I'm glad to have you. So.
Like I said, I'll come back on.
Oh,
if you wanna
definitely. Oh, definitely,
bullshit
dude. I got all kinds of shit I could talk
Just gotta think
days
about
with you.
4 months from now, there'll be a lot more shit to talk about.
Oh, definitely.
Guarantee it.
Definitely. Maybe that's what we'll do when maybe the next time. I'll probably have you on before then, but we'll have to do one when the ballot comes out.
Okay.
And we know what the ballot
When
is.
the street, yeah.
Yeah, we'll
The real
definitely.
answers are.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what happens there. But all right, man. Well, if is there anything else you want to plug or anything? I think you said most of the things you wanted to say, but is there anything else you want to tell? Is there the site? What was the Facebook page that you have that you
Mine?
Yeah, the one that you do for the medical marijuana.
Let's Free Ohio.
Let's Free Ohio.
Yeah.
Look at that. You can just Let's Free Ohio.
You can look that up or
Facebook.
My name's Jacob Franklin Bollinger on Facebook.
Jacob Franklin Bollinger.
Just send me if you got it. I even put on there a while back my testimonial of how I become clean from opiates and stuff like that. And I put my number straight on Facebook. 419-577-4331. If you got a problem or fucking don't have anybody to talk to or anything, fucking text me, message me, call me. I don't give a shit. I'll be your dude to fucking talk to.
man.
I might not be, it might not be stuff you want to hear, but it's going to be the truth, and it'll help you.
Oh yeah, man, that's fucking awesome. Well, like I said, dude, thank you so much.
Fucking I, dude. Thank you.
Later, bro. We'll sign off on that one. Peace.
How long was that?